Yo, what's up? I don't know what I like so much about the lightning element. I just find it cool and badass. So, today is gonna be what if Naruto. What if Naruto had Thor's powers? Alright? It's not gonna be the reincarnation of Thor because he's basically just gonna be too OP and won't enjoy a fight. Now, I like my characters to enjoy a fight. All right, have a decent fight. Make them lose. I don't want them too OP. All right. So, Naruto, he's doing cardio. Cause he's been pulling them pranks. You feel me? Oh yeah, and I already got the ships worked out. Like every single what if I do is gonna have a ship. Just know that. All right. So yeah. Um, Naruto, he's doing some cardio, and while he's doing the cardio, a lightning storm comes, and Naruto, he's like, oh snap, this ain't no normal storm. Everybody's running to their houses, right? And Naruto, he gets to his house and starts to run up the stairs, and he grabs the metal bar because he almost slipped. And as soon as he grabs it, a lightning storm, just like a lightning bolt, just starts shocking Naruto, and multiple lightnings just started hitting him, and he's just screaming out in pain. Everybody's just like in fear, and then a few women run over because their motherly instincts is kicking in, and they're like, we have to help him. So they grab him and they take him to a hospital. And a few hours later, Naruto wakes up. Now he's been flatlined for a few hours, and then when they hear the heartbeat monitor go off, they're like, how because they didn't take him to the morgue yet. All right. And then they're like, how is he alive? And then Naruto, he's like, where am I? And he's in the hospital. Now he sits up and runs, right? And they're like, kid, wait, I'm not gonna hurt you, kid. We just wanted to see. So then Naruto, he sits back down because his legs started to hurt, right? And then they, check him out. They're like, his heartbeat is fast, like faster than any normal human. Like, this is crazy. So Naruto, he leaves. It's still raining, right? And he's just thinking like, what happened? Like, I know I got struck by lightning, right? And then Naruto goes home, and when he's walking up the stairs, there's a Bifrost mark. So he doesn't pay attention to it and goes upstairs and goes to sleep. Naruto, he's going to school, right? Now, let's just say when you travel through the Bifrost and go to Asgard, time freezes on Earth, alright? So Naruto's walking down the stairs, and the Bifrost mark activates, and Naruto gets teleported to Asgard. And then he sees a man with a white beard. He's like, so you're the lucky one who has inherited my son's powers, I see. And then Naruto's like, what do you mean your son's powers? And then Odin explains that lightning storm, it wasn't no normal storm. My son, he passed on. His sister went rogue and ended up killing him. My son was our strongest warrior. So then Naruto's like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but explain this whole power business. So then Odin says, oh yes, he's like, so my name is Odin. I am the father of Thor. And Naruto's like, wait, like the Greek god? It's like, yes. And Naruto's like, alright, so and then Odin says, before my son passed, he said, I would like to pass on my power to somebody else. And that was a thunderstorm, and you were hit. Now, if you're not worthy to wield my son's hammer, you 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 shall be banned from all the power, right? Now, Oden, knowing that Naruto's not worthy, wink wink, nudge nudge, he's just thinking in his head, this is perfect. Because, yeah, let's just say Oden is a bit corrupted, right? So Naruto, he goes over to pick up the hammer, and black lightning starts to shoot everywhere. It's black and red. And Oden's like, wait, what's going on? And then he realizes, he's like, the kid is corrupting the hammer. Because the Nine Tails is corrupting Naruto's hammer. Thor's hammer. And yeah, Naruto, he just lifts it up, and then Oden's like, since you corrupted it, you basically changed the whole origin of it. So Naruto's like, okay, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Let me turn off the background music so I can focus. So Oden's like, I guess it's a good thing, but Naruto's like, oh yeah, will I be able to go back home? He's like, yes, you will. Our affairs shall not be placed on some mere human. So then, yeah, Naruto goes back, right? Now, let's just say when Naruto gets picked up, Jiraiya sees him, alright? Not Jiraiya. Yeah, let's just say Jiraiya, he's walking past. And Jiraiya's like, wait, what was that? And then time stopped. And then Naruto comes back, he's like, yo, kid, what was that? And why do you have a hammer now? And then Naruto, you know, he just wants to get it off of his chest. Then he tells Jiraiya's like, sick. So Naruto like, yeah, but I gotta go to school. So then Naruto runs off, and he gets to school. You know, he's a bit late because time don't completely freeze. It kind of slows down, but yeah, Naruto, let's say he's like 2 minutes late. Iruka's like, Naruto, go over there and sit down. And then Naruto's like, okay. And then Iruka's like, why do you have a hammer? Naruto's like, oh, Gigi gave it to me. It will help me, you know, control my power. My power. So then Iruka's like, oh, okay. You know, Naruto don't want to tell everybody his secret, only a few people. So yeah. So then, Naruto, and then Sasuke, he looks at Naruto, he's thinking, that's a nice hammer. Then he stands up and says, somebody as weak as you don't deserve to wield such a magnificent weapon. And Naruto's like, and what you trying to say? Like, what you trying to say? Like, you want to go? You know, because Naruto, he's a bit, you know, like Thor, kind of like cocky. And I'm going to say, Naruto, you get on his nerves, bro, he will split your head in half. That's all I'm saying. So then Sasuke's like, you know what? Sure. And then Sakura's like, yeah, Naruto, just give Sasuke-kun the hammer. And then Sakura's like, yes, if I get this hammer from Naruto, Sasuke-kun will love me. Yo, that sounded like the song, like, you know you're wrestling, she gon' like me. Yeah. So then, Naruto's like, nah, I'ma fight this boy, bro. He challenged me. So then, Naruto, they walk to the field. Iruka allows it since, like, nobody's gonna die. But little does he know. Yeah, but, Naruto, he, right now, Naruto is 6. So he don't know how to activate Thor's powers by himself. So Mjolnir automatically activates it when he's in battle mode. All right. So yeah. So Naruto, he gets in battle mode, and then Mjolnir, it starts sparkling lightning, and then Sasuke and Iruka's like, hey, what you doing? Naruto like, oh, the weapon is doing it by itself, because Naruto don't know. And then let's just say Thor kind of talks to him for a few seconds and then leaves because he could kind of help you out when you need help. So Thor's like, kid, since you don't know how to control my power, the hammer will activate when you're in battle mode. And then Naruto's like, okay, in his mind, just knowing like, okay, so that must be the guy, yeah. So then Naruto's like, oh yeah, sometimes it activates when I'm in battle mode, yeah. So then Naruto just puts it down, and Naruto and Sasuke fights. Naruto wins, of course, and then Naruto picks up, and then Sasuke's like, nah, and then Sasuke tries to pick up the hammer, and it won't budge an inch. And then Sakura tries to help him, all the girls, they try to help him, like, no, Sasuke-kun deserves this. And then it won't move, so then Naruto just walks over, he's like, move. And then he just picks up the hammer with one hand, like, he's like, huh. And then Thor says, oh yeah, kid, you have to be worthy to pick up my hammer. I think my father already told you that. And then Naruto says to Sasuke, you're not worthy to pick up my mighty hammer, human. Like, he kind of got a bit of Thor's personality. He's like, human. And then Iruka's like, dang, cocky. Now, so yeah, Naruto, he's like, I need to harness and master this power. So I said Naruto's what, 6, right? So we have a 1 year time skip, alright? Naruto, he knows how to activate Thor's power. And Naruto, let's say Naruto learned how to transform his hammer, alright? So Naruto, it's not Stormbreaker, that's when Naruto reaches max power, and then it's like a freaking internal Renegon, like it's like Stormbreaker forever. So Naruto, he turns it into like a Tonto, because he don't want to walk around carrying a hammer, and it has the mark of Odin there. And yeah, so then Naruto, my guy looks pretty good for a 7-year-old, cause when the lightning striked him, it's basically like when Eren first turned into a Titan. My guy got ripped. Yeah, that's basically Naruto, but yeah, a bit younger, a bit more skinny, but yeah. Naruto is looking good, bro. Every morning, let me just tell you what he does. Oh yeah, and he kind of has 2 stalkers, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So, Naruto, he wakes up at 4, runs, I'd say, 5 miles every day, and it takes him about an hour. He does 200 push-ups, 200 sit-ups, 200 hip punches, lunges, and he kind of now there's a drawback to his power, but he never uses it so much that the drawback happens. But when he summons Mjolnir and uses large amounts of lightning, it is mental power. So he's not training mentally now, but soon he will be. I just want to say that now. Alright, so yeah, Naruto 7, we have a 5-year time skip. Alright, yeah, Naruto would be 13, cause yeah, so he's 13, and Naruto runs the mob, right? And they beat him up because they caught him off guard. And Naruto, he's in his mindscape, and he meets Kurama. Yeah, and Kurama, he's not how he normally looks. He got like a few lightning designs, like burned on his fur, because he merged with Thor's power. And then Kurama's like, oh, so you're the brat that merged me with that god, huh? And then Naruto's like, wait, who are you? Kuruma's like, well, I'm the Nine-Tails Fox Demon. And then Naruto's like, oh, so you're why the people's mad at me and always trying to beat me up, huh? Kuruma's like, yes. And I still don't know how you managed to murder me with that god. It's annoying. And then Kurama transforms into like a human because it's like taxing when he's in his fox form. So yeah. And then Naruto's like, oh, so you can go into a human form. He's like, yeah, since you merged me with that god. With that god, it's taxing when I'm in my fox form. It slowly steals my chakra. And Naruto's like, alright, why am I here? Am I like dead? Is you gonna take over my body? He's like, no, kid, I can't. The god's stopping me from taking over your body or releasing the seal. Well, even if the seal do gets released, I can't escape. So you can release the seal if you want. Naruto's like, nah, I'll wait. I want to train some more with, a little amount of your power first. Because I don't know if I can handle your full power. I could barely handle Thor's full power. So Kurum's like, understood. And Kurum's like, hey, yo, brat, wake up. It's been a few hours, because, they've been talking for about a few hours, and it's been like 5 hours in the real world. It's dark outside. So, they're behind a library, too, so yeah. Naruto, he's like, alright, I'm finna go in the library, because he's awake now, and he called to a little vent, and yeah. Naruto's just in the library and it's closed up, so he has the whole thing to itself for the whole night. So Naruto, he's like, let me study up. So Naruto reads on lightning elements, and let's say there's a way to test your chakra natures, but Naruto don't know what it means. So it's basically like water divination, and yeah, if you have multiple, like all chakra natures, the leaf would ripple, kind of like Pito, but yeah, the leaf would dry up. And Naruto's like, oh, maybe it's just because I got lightning. Now, yeah, Naruto, he reads books, and he learned a few jutsus because he stole the books and made copies, because like they be beating him up, stealing his food, making traps in his house, trying to kill him every day. So like this really matters. Now Naruto, he goes into the shinobi section, and he kind of uses a little bit of his lightning to open the lock, because yeah. And he steals he steals 5 books, and then makes like a transformation jutsu and puts him back, because he's pretty good with the transformation jutsu. Alright, now let's just say there's a hidden Anbu section. Naruto tries to go to the bathroom. He's wandering around. Then he sees a door labeled, it's called Secret Myth, right? And he opens the door like, Secret Myth. And there's just a whole bunch of books on myth gods and different powers that they had. And Naruto's like, why do we need this to be shinobis? It's not like it really matters, but in my case it does. Since I have a myth god's power. So Naruto, he looks for Thor. He sees Thor. Alright, now I'm finna make Naruto a bit OP. Because you know how in the comics Thor merged with the Odin Force, right? And named it the Thor Force. So yeah, he got to Thor first. And you know how Galactus took Thor, under his wings. And Thor has Cosmic. So yeah, Naruto got Cosmic too. Naruto learns about Stormbreaker when the wielder's lightning abilities reach it. I mean, when his lightning abilities reach his peak. Now, the only way his lightning abilities will reach his peak is when somebody he loves most dearly dies in front of his own eyes. Own eyes is basically like the mind Deku Sharingan, I think. So yeah. So Naruto's like, okay, reading up on Thor. And then, Thor could kind of talk to Naruto now and then. And Naruto's like, hey, Thor, is this true? Thor's like, yeah. Now, Thor, he managed to unlock his power, but he hate you using it because when he uses it for him, it reminded him of the day, let's just say, his wife Emma died, alright? And Naruto's like, so why didn't you just move on from her? He's like, and then Thor's like, when you're a god and you're married for life, if your partner dies there, souls shall be burned into to your mind. So every time I used that power, it reminded me of her. Now it might not do the same to you since you're not a god, but who knows? So Naruto's like, thanks, Thor. Then Naruto reads up on some more jutsus, and he leaves. It's like 3 in the morning. He goes home, goes to sleep. Next day, Naruto wakes up, takes a shower, brushes his teeth and stuff, and he notices that there is a mark kind of burnt on, like, right there on his arm, like right there. And Naruto's like, yo, what is this? Thor's like, that's the seal of internal, that's the seal of cosmic energy. But how do you have it? You didn't activate that power yet. And Naruto's like, maybe it's just getting ready for me to. And Thor's like, yeah, maybe it's premature, So Naruto's like, yeah, because I don't feel anything different. And Thor's like, yeah, you're supposed to feel like a massive rush of energy when you first get it, so that's good. It's just premature. Now Thor, he knows the drawbacks to the cosmic power, because when you use cosmic power, it if you're immortal, it takes away life force. It takes away the life force of others around you. Now Naruto, he could live a pretty long time since he got the nine tails and Thor inside of him, so he could live for about a good, I'd say, million years, right? So when he uses his cosmic power, it takes away a year of your life, right? Now, I'm finna mutate this, right? Since it merged with Immortal and the Nine Tails, Naruto, it doesn't steal his life force or nothing around him. It steals energy and chakra from around him. Yeah. So, Naruto, he puts on, like, my guy is dripped out, so he got basically the Boruto jacket on with like a black shirt. Well, first he puts on like a black fishnet armor chain, black shirt, Boruto jacket, some Ambu pants and Ambu shoes. He grabs his Tanto, his black pouch. Now his Tanto is black with like a blue where the blade is. So yeah. Naruto grabbed his pouch. He got about 50 shurikens, 50 kunais, some smoke bombs, and some ceiling strolls. So he arrives at school, and Iruka says, today will be the day that you guys will be taking the test. So Naruto and the test to become a genie. Now Naruto, he failed, of course, and let's just say it skips every 2 years. So yeah, it's been 2 years, so now Naruto could take the test again, and he's confident in his abilities. So Naruto, he passes it with a 95%. Alright, now his two stalkers, because Iruka announced the scores, his two stalkers, aka Hinata and Ino, Hinata and Ino He's like, oh my gosh, Naruto-kun made it. That's the best I could do right now because I don't got a voice changer or anything. So yeah, they're like, oh my gosh, Naruto-kun made it. And next is the clone jutsu. Sakura passes it. Choji passes it. And then Naruto, he does a transformation jutsu, and he turns into Thor. And Iruka's like, who is that? Naruto's like, oh, this is my older brother. And Iruka's like, wait, you have an older brother? Naruto's like, yeah, a distant brother. I ran into him and he says he was looking for his father and mother, and Iruka's like, oh snap, so you know who your father is? Naruto's like, no, but I know that we're brothers, because Naruto just makes up an excuse, alright? And then Iruka's like, oh, okay. So then Naruto passes, and then we move on to the jutsu, right? Now, Naruto, he does the flying phoenix flower, and Iruka, he's like, that is an A-rank jutsu. How did he notice? Did he like find a stroll? And then Iruka's like, good job, Naruto. Then Sasuke, he does fireball jutsu. Sakura, useless, of course, like always. All she's good for is healing fish. And yeah, next is the kunai and shuriken test. Naruto, he hasn't been practicing with his kunai and shurikens. So, Naruto, he's like, there's only one thing I can do. Just eye it. And Naruto grabs 10 kunais in his hand, because there's 10 targets, right? And he throws them. And they all align perfectly in vital points. One of them hits the throat and the heart and the gut, and then Iruka's like, whoa, Naruto, have you been practicing? Naruto's like, no, I just eyed it, really. And then Iruka's like, so you just did this off of pure luck? Yeah. Naruto's like, yeah. Then Naruto does his shuriken. Same thing. Iruka's like, kid, are you sure you're not practicing? Naruto's like, no. I am not practicing. You know? So, Naruto passes, of course. And let's just say Dickhead asks the color of their headbands. And Naruto says electric blue. And then Iruka's like, what an exotic color. Because that's a pretty rare color to pick for your headband. Right? So then, yeah. Naruto, he goes home. And he's in his mindscape, right? And he summons Thor out of his mind. Now, it's not the real Thor, because, the real one merged with Kurama. So he summons Thor. He's like, hey, yo, Thor. Thor's like, yeah. Naruto's like, can you explain some more on Stormbreaker? And then Thor's like, so you want to know? Naruto's like, yeah. Thor's like, alright, so Stormbreaker helps me manifest my powers straight from the source. Also, then he explains, because I'm not that good on Stormbreaker. Like, I know it don't have the thing where you have to be mighty to pick it up, and yeah. But, yeah. So then Naruto's like, oh, okay. And then, next day, the teams get decided, and Team 7, it is Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura, like in canon, right? So yeah, and nothing, was like, man, I couldn't get with Naruto-kun. So Everybody else leaves, Naruto goes to sleep waiting for Kakashi. 3 hours later, Kakashi shows up, and then they're like, "You're late. You're late." And then Kakashi looks at them, and he feels immense power coming off of Naruto. Then he points at Sasuke and Sakura. He's like, "You two, weak. Fox boy, strong." And then Sasuke's like, "No way. This dope is stronger than me." And Naruto's like, "I bet you didn't say that when I whooped your butt a few years ago, And then Sasuke, he's like scuffed. And then Sakura's like, "Naruto, how dare you be mean to Sasuke-kun?" Like, and then, yeah, they go to the roof, Kakashi's like, "Alright, so we're going to be telling what we like, dislike, and our hopes and dreams." So Sakura goes, and, she's like, "Oh, my likes, my dislikes, Naruto and Ino. My hopes and dreams is to be with giggle giggle, Sasuke's like, "I don't have much likes, don't have many dislikes, but I do have a dream. No, it's not a dream. I will make it a reality. I will restore my clan and kill a certain someone," like he says in canon. And then Naruto, he walks up, and no, Kakashi says, "Fox boy," not Naruto sensitive. He's like, "Hi, I'm Naruto Uzumaki, and my likes ramen, soba, and dango. My dislikes cats, Sasuke, Sakura. My hopes and dreams is to become Hokage and the strongest shinobi in all 5 nations. Believe it, So then Kakashi's like, "Okay. We got a fangirl, a emo, and whatever this kid is, a freaking alien, because he got so much power coming out of him." He's like, "Yeah, this kid is a freaking alien," because nobody in the world got that much power. Not even though Otsutsuki got that much power. So yeah, and that's the cosmic energy Kakashi's feeling from the burn. It's not Thor's power, because Thor's power is equal to Otsutsuki. So yeah. 32 minutes. Alright. So Kakashi's like, "Alright, maggots. Meet me at Training Ground 7 tomorrow morning at 8. Do not eat." So, it basically goes like how I say in every what if. Naruto's like, "Oh, so he's just suggesting we don't eat because I don't like eating on an empty stomach, so I'm gonna eat anyway. Plus, I'm trying to finish this off really quickly." And Naruto goes home and, yeah, gets dressed with the fishnet, you feel me? And then, and goes there. He's 3 hours late, alright? Like I said in the Gojo one. And then Sakura's like, "Hey, you're late." And Sasuke's like, "Yeah, you're late, dope." And then Naruto's like, "Oh, well, you see, I seen a black cat on the way here, and I took the long way around." And then Kakashi comes like 5 minutes later, and Sakura's like, "Hey, you're late too." And Kakashi's like, "Oh, well, there was an old lady there, and I helped her cross the street, and also there was a black cat." And Sakura's like, wait, don't you say there was a black cat and you took the long way around? Because Naruto just said the same thing. And Kakashi's like, "I like Fox Boy. Yes, sir. We could be friends." "Sensei, if this kid turns out stronger than you, I will adopt him." Because, the fourth Hokage was Kakashi's sensei. And the fourth Hokage is Naruto's dad, if you didn't know that. So, yeah. And then, Kakashi explains the bell test. Naruto don't get it right away, right? So, yeah. Naruto, when Kakashi says, now they have until sunset the next day, alright? So, when Kakashi says go, Naruto just stands there, and he summons Milner. It comes flying. Now, it's coming from behind Kakashi. Kakashi senses it, and he barely dodges it. dodges it, and then Naruto catches it. Now it's not Milner, it's a sword, of course. Naruto catches it. He's like, "Ah, Kakashi, you felt it coming, didn't you?" And then Naruto he charges at Kakashi with lightning fast speed, and Kakashi like, so his specialty is Kenjutsu. So then Kakashi just pulls out a kunai and blocks it. Now Naruto's sword just cuts through it, cause on the point of impact, Naruto puts lightning in his sword, making his sword a lot sharper. Which that was just a bluff, because he don't want Kakashi to know his true power just yet. He want to test Kakashi to see if he's worthy being his sensei before, telling him his true power. So yeah. So then Kakashi sees, so he's good at lightning manipulation. Let's see what else he's good at. Then Kakashi throws a Wenjutsu at him. Naruto dodges it. Then he yells, flying phoenix flower. And then Kakashi's like, fire style as well. Then Kakashi sends a water dragon. And then Naruto's like, water jutsu. Then Naruto does hand signs. Then Naruto doesn't steal the stroll of ceiling just yet. Now I'm saying yet for a reason, because Naruto Kakashi sends Naruto back to the academy. Alright, but I'm gonna explain later. So then Naruto yells, combination jutsu, wood piercing fang, and then a whole bunch of wood spears just start flying at Kakashi. Then we have a 1 day time skip. They fail. They fail now. Same thing happens in canon, but down feed Naruto gets sent back to the academy. Now we have a 3-day time skip, alright, and it's for the people who got sent back. They're like, alright, if you got sent back, here's time to prove you're worthy. Yeah. And then Naruto he fails it, but then Mizuki's like, hey Naruto, want to know how to become the strongest shinobi? And Naruto's like, wait, what? For real? He's like, yeah, if you steal this thing, you'll become stronger than any Kage, any god. And then Naruto's thinking, wait, I'll be stronger than Thor? So then he's like, what is it? And then Mizuki's like, steal the stroll of ceiling. And then Naruto's like, got it. So then he steals it early. And Mizuki, he comes there during the night. Naruto steals it, and he learns Shadow Clone Jutsu, a few wood styles. And he also learns, I'm going to say, plasma release, because it goes well with his cosmic power. And yeah, Naruto, shows it back up, and Iruka Sensei there. And oh yeah, Mizuki also promises, a tutor. And then Naruto's like, Mizuki Sensei, Iruka Sensei, don't I pass and get a special tutor? And then Mizuki's like, wait, what do you mean pass and get a special tutor? You just stole the stroll of ceiling, kid. Naruto's like, yeah, Mizuki Sensei told me if I stole the stroll of ceiling, I'll pass and get a tutor. So then Iruka, he's fuming. Iruka's just like, why would Mizuki tell him that? And then Mizuki comes out, he's like, Naruto, hand over the stroll. Iruka's just trying to steal it from you. And then, it goes like canon. Now, Mizuki, he says, hey Naruto, you want to know why you're hated by everybody? Naruto's like, I already know I got the Nine-Tails Fox Demon sealed inside of me. And then Mizuki's mad. He's like, dang it, I wanted to tell the brat. Who here think he throws demon one shot again? It stabs Iruka, like in canon. And Naruto, beats Iruka to a bloody pulp, like I say, in every what if. And yeah, the next day Naruto goes back to Team 7. They just been doing F rank missions, right? So Naruto's like, hey guys, I'm back. And then Sasuke's like, oh dang it, it's the dope. And then yeah, they do F rank and D rank missions. Yeah. So when Naruto asks for a higher mission, Gigi gives them a C rank mission, right? And before they all leave, Haruzen asks Naruto to stay behind, right? Yeah. Now Kakashi, being the worried sensei he is, wink wink nudge nudge, he tells them to go, giving them a shadow clone saying he got to use the bathroom. Then he laps around and listens in onto the conversation with Naruto and Gigi. So Gigi's like, hey Naruto, lift up your move, take your arm out of your shirt. Then he takes out the arm that doesn't have the mark on it, and Gigi's like, the other arm. And Naruto slowly removes it, revealing the cosmic mark. And Gigi like, what is that? Naruto explains everything because he trusts Gigi, and Kakashi like, impossible. But then Kakashi thinks, he's like, that explains how he's so good at mastering lightning, controlling lightning element. So then Gigi, he just shook. So he's like, wait, that sword you have is Mjolnir, the lightning god's hammer. Yes, I just transformed it into a sword, so one, it'll be easier for me to handle. Two, who wants to walk around with a giant hammer? And Gigi's like, yeah. So then Kakashi breaks it. He's like, so you're telling me that you have Thor, the lightning god, inside of you? He's like, yeah, he technically merged with the Nine Tails. So yeah. And Kakashi's like, and Naruto's like, oh yeah, also the sword could have just broke your kunai by itself, but I put lightning as like a bluff to test you, and you're the perfect sensei for me. So then Kakashi, he's like, oh, so you were just testing me, brat? And Naruto's like, yeah, I'm sorry. So then Kakashi like, it's fine. So then, and then GGB for him, Naruto and Kakashi leaves, asks, so Naruto, how do you have the cosmic seal on you? Naruto's like, oh, it's a part of Thor's power because he became Galactus's apprentice, gaining cosmic power, but since I'm immortal, I get a mark. And also since Thor has his father's power, the Odin Force, well, I should just call it the Thor Force, since it's his now, I get that too. So, and I don't know how to draw in the immense aura I'm letting out, so if that's why you brought it up, then yeah. And then Haru's like, okay. So then they leave, go on a mission. Naruto sees the demon brothers, and he quickly just takes his sword out and sticks it in the water, just electrocuting them. And the same thing happens like in canon, Naruto throws the kunai at the place, then he sees it's a bunny. But not any bunny. It's a snow bunny. And then Naruto thinking like, it must have been in captivity. So then Naruto says, everybody duck, and then he ducks, and there's just a flying sword just coming, and hits into the tree. And then, it goes the same thing, they fight. Sasuke like, is Kakashi Sensei a Uchiha? One of the proud Uchihas? And yeah. Um, when Naruto fights Zabuza, right? He does the little trick, and Naruto, he get pinned down by Zabuza, right? And Zabuza's like, this is the end for you, kid. And Naruto's like, no, it is for you, because from a distant away, Naruto transforms Mjolnir into a hammer, and he reaches his hand out, and um, Zabuza's like, hey kid, your kunai's over here, what are you doing? Naruto's like, I'm not trying to get my kunai. And Naruto, Mjolnir is coming to Naruto, and Naruto tries to catch it, but he misses it, and it hits Mjolnir, hits Zabuza in the head, cracking his skull, and then Naruto's like, did I like kill him? And Naruto checks his pulse. He's like, dang it, I killed him. And then Haku, she is in the woods, like, he killed Zabuza. And then she's just excited. She's like, yeah. Instead of like in the anime, she's like, yes, I am no longer a tool to him. To him, I am free. So then she don't even come to get his body. She's like, peace, I'm out. And yeah, that's the last you see of Haku. And then they go back, do the whole tree climbing and stuff. It takes Naruto and Sasuke at the same time, like they did in canon. The same thing happens like in canon, just without Zabuza or Haku. It's just Gato and his like crew. Yeah, I'm back. So basically it's just Gato and his little shinobi like weaklings. Naruto, Kakashi, Sasuke just dispose of them all. And Sakura's just there thinking, Sasuke-kun is so cool. I'm glad I'm so useless. I could just heal fish. So yeah. That's over. They name it the Great Naruto Bridge. They go back. Kakashi gives the report. And yeah, let me think. Um, hmm. Naruto, he has a week off, all right, and he goes to Ichiraku Ramen, of course. And Anna, she sees him. She's like, "Oh, Naruto, welcome back. What you want? The same thing? 5 bowls of pork and miso ramen." Naruto's like, "Yep." And this time I'll take 6 bowls of pork and miso ramen. He's like, "Oh, 6 bowls. What is it?" Naruto's like, "Oh, I just got a week off, so." And she's like, "Well, good for you, Naruto." So yeah, and Ino and Hinata comes up behind him. His 2 stalkers, and he remembers those chakras signatures because he can feel the chakras signatures, and then he turns around and he's like, "So you two are the stalkers?" And then he looks and sees Ino and Hinata, and they're like, "Wait, what do you mean, Naruto-kun?" And then Naruto's like, "Well, I could feel you guys' chakra signatures, and I remembered it. And that's the 2 chakra signatures that's been stalking me for the last 3 years." And then they're like, "Oh, so how?" Yeah, we were kind of watching you train, Naruto-kun, and we know about your power, Naruto-kun." And he's like, "Oh, really?" And they're like, "Yes, Naruto-kun." So then Naruto's like, "Oh, well, that's fine. You guys want some ramen?" They're like, sure, Naruto, just stuttering. And Naruto says, "Alright, the same 5 pork miso ramens and two vegetable ramens for the ladies, and that's exactly what they wanted. And they're like, Naruto, how did you know that we wanted a vegetable ramen? Naruto's like, no, my guy is dense. He's like, well, I know ladies like to watch their figure, and they just get tick mark in their head like, what did he say? But then they're like, it is true though, so they ain't that mad. I just had to take a sip of that water. So then no, they're eating, just talking, and then every time Naruto would take a sip of the ramen, they would just blush, and then Naruto's like, why you guys keep blushing? Do you guys got like a fever? And honestly saying this, she says, Naruto, you're so dense. And Naruto's like, what does that mean? And she's like, never mind. And then Naruto's like, okay. Now, every time they said Naruto-kun, they would say under their breath. So Naruto never hears them. But yeah, Naruto, he nothing, would pretty much hang out that week. And, yeah, so when the week is up, Naruto goes to Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke, so, yeah, Naruto, he, let me think, they go on a mission, and that mission is to find a hidden hideout for this low-level missing nin. I'd say it's a B-level missing nin. And, it's like a B-rank missing nin. And Naruto and Sasuke, they're excited. They're like, yes, so I could test out my power at the same time. So then, Naruto and Sasuke, they're like, oh yes, I could finally test out my powers, And then, they both got the same look on their face. Kakashi's like, what are they scheming up now? So then, yeah, they go to the base, and I'ma pretty much copy this from Anime King. What if Kurama gave Naruto a dojutsu? Yeah, so, Naruto, just without the element swords. If you know what video I'm talking about, then you do. If you don't, you don't. But Naruto, he finds a missing nin there, but it's no B rank missing nin. It's a SS rank missing nin, and that's the highest rank, and his name's freaking Zachary. How Naruto runs into him. Naruto, he was training out late, and Zachary sees him, and Zachary's like, throws some kunais at him, and Naruto dodges, and they start fighting from there. And then Kakashi, he just feels chakra just flaring, and he just thinks maybe somebody's doing it in his sleep. Now Naruto feels Kakashi feels some malicious chakra in the air, and then he runs to the forest, seeing Naruto and Zachary fighting. Now Kakashi's about to intervene, and then Naruto just puts a hand behind his back like, don't. Like, he got it under control. And then Naruto, like, puts his head down, like, stop, because he's summoning his sword. He's like, go down. And then, what's his name? Zachary sees a sword flying towards Naruto, and he grabs it, and then Naruto backs up and tries to slice Zachary. He manages to slice his chest, and Zachary's like, huh, so what kind of sword is that, kid? He's like, well, since you're about to die, I'll tell you. It's a special sword, and only those that are worthy can wield it. And yeah, I'm gonna take a like 5-minute break. So after he slices Zachary's chest, Zachary's like, nice try, kid. Because let's just say Zachary has an auto healing KK Genkai, right? And then Zachary, hold on, I'm trying to Google Tesla coils. Hold on. Alright, yeah. So then he just starts hitting, like, going with Zachary. He just starts giving off like a barrage of hits to Naruto's stomach and face. Now Naruto, he's bleeding, all bruised up and beat up, and then Naruto, he had enough. All right. Now you just see sparks flying off of Naruto's body. Next thing you know, my guy's looking like a freaking Tesla coil light. Like lightning is coming from everywhere. Lightning is striking him, like. And then Zachary's like, so you're a lightning user. He's like, no, I'm a god. And he blitzes off, slices Zachary in eeny beeny pieces, and just freaking picks him up and put him in a stroll. He's like, try regenerating from that. So then Kakashi, he's still there. Naruto thought Kakashi left, and Kakashi's like, this kid is a freaking monster. Now I'm finna leave off right here and make What If Deku Was a Lightning God video, or What If Deku Was Thor, because yeah, I'm gonna freaking stop the What If Deku Had a Lightning Quirk video, and yeah, make What If Deku Was Thor, and that'll take place for the What If Deku Had a Lightning Quirk. And oh yeah, Deku also gets One For All in there, so yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. Also, I'm gonna be making I'm gonna be finishing off, what if Gon was from a hitman and assassin clan. So yeah, please like and subscribe, you feel me, and comment any what else you want me to do in the future. This is probably one of the shortest videos besides the Gojo video I made. No, this isn't, but yeah, peace.